In this video, I'll talk about 20 games that you probably didn't know about, but that are worth playing. For such a list, I will ask you to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will start with the game. RoboCop Rogue City immerses you into the dystopian world of Detroit, echoing the classic 80s RoboCop movies. Playing as Alex Murphy, aka RoboCop, you patrol the city's crime-filled streets, dispensing justice with your signature precision and power. The game beautifully captures the gritty essence of the original films, with dark, atmospheric visuals and iconic sound design. The combat mechanics are robust and satisfying. RoboCop moves with a mechanical grace, delivering powerful blows with his signature Auto 9 gun. Each encounter feels impactful, making you feel like an unstoppable force of justice. The voice acting, particularly for RoboCop, adds another layer of immersion.
We are here to enforce the law, Lucas. Let us stay focused.
Right.
However, the game has its downsides. The missions can become repetitive, often revolving around similar tasks and enemies. The enemy AI isn't particularly challenging, and the game suffers from occasional bugs and glitches that can break immersion. Overall, RoboCop Rogue City is a solid pick for fans of the franchise and action-packed shooters, providing a nostalgic yet thrilling experience. Chernobylite masterfully blends survival horror with an emotionally charged narrative set in the eerie Chernobyl exclusion zone. You step into the shoes of Igor, a physicist returning to Chernobyl to uncover the mystery behind his fiance's disappearance. The game's standout feature is its setting, a meticulously recreated, hauntingly beautiful rendition of Chernobyl infused with both realism and supernatural elements. The game excels in creating an immersive atmosphere. The detailed environments, combined with a haunting soundtrack, pull you into the world. The survival mechanics are deep and engaging, requiring you to gather resources, craft equipment, and manage your base, all while contending with both human and supernatural threats. The story is rich and filled with choices that significantly impact the outcome, adding replayability. However, the game's combat can feel clunky, with awkward shooting mechanics and less than ideal stealth gameplay. The pacing might feel slow to some, especially those looking for constant action. If atmospheric survival games with strong narratives are your thing, Chernobylite is a compelling experience that rewards patience and immersion.
How's that?
Like that. Fuck off, you all!
Dante's Inferno plunges you into a brutal hack-and-slash adventure inspired by Dante Alighieri's epic poem. You play as Dante, a crusader battling through the 9 circles of hell to rescue his beloved Beatrice. The game's depiction of hell is intense and unflinching, with grotesque and creative enemy designs that vividly bring the Inferno to life. Combat in Dante's Inferno is fast-paced and visceral. Dante wields a massive scythe and an array of holy powers, facing new challenges and enemies in each circle of hell. The story, drawn from the Divine Comedy, is dramatic and filled with memorable moments, making for a gripping narrative journey. Despite its strengths, the game can become repetitive, with linear level designs and frustrating platforming sections. The graphic content is also quite mature, which may not be suitable for all players. If you enjoy hack-and-slash games with dark, mature themes, Dante's Inferno is a must-play, offering both brutal combat and a gripping story.
I'm enabling the suit's assist mode to compensate for your inexperience.
Echo stands out in the sci-fi genre with its unique gameplay mechanic where the enemies adapt and learn from your actions. You play as N, exploring a mysterious palace filled with copies of yourself. This central mechanic creates a dynamic and evolving challenge, making each playthrough unique. The atmosphere in Echo is both eerie and immersive, with stunning, surreal visuals and a haunting soundtrack that enhances the sense of isolation and tension.
Something's not right. I'm picking up a whole load of anomalies.
The gameplay requires strategic thinking and adaptability, as your enemies mimic your behavior, forcing you to constantly change your tactics. However, the game's difficulty is high, especially as the enemies become more complex in their imitations. The narrative can be abstract and hard to follow, and the slow pacing might not appeal to everyone. If you're looking for a challenging and unique sci-fi experience, Echo is worth checking out. It's a game that demands thought and adaptability, offering a truly unique gameplay experience.
So do you think Cleo knows we're here, and she's sending these things to us on purpose? Or are these beacons just landing everywhere?
State of Decay thrusts you into a zombie apocalypse where you must build a community, scavenge for resources, and fend off the undead. The game excels at creating a tense, immersive atmosphere with a dynamic open world full of dangers and opportunities. Managing your community is a core aspect of the game. You'll make tough decisions about who to help and who to turn away, adding depth to the gameplay. Scavenging for resources is engaging and keeps you constantly on your toes, as you never know what you'll encounter next. However, State of Decay has its flaws. The game can be quite buggy, with occasional crashes and glitches that disrupt the experience. The combat and graphics feel dated compared to newer games, which might be a turn-off for some players. Despite its technical issues, State of Decay offers a gripping survival experience. If you enjoy managing resources and communities in a zombie apocalypse setting, it's a game worth playing. The Day Before is an upcoming survival MMO set in a post-pandemic America overrun by zombies. You'll explore, scavenge, and fight both the undead and other survivors in a dynamic open world. The game looks incredibly promising with its realistic graphics and detailed environments. The survival mechanics seem deep, focusing on scavenging and managing resources. PvP elements add an extra layer of tension, as you never know if other players will be friend or foe, creating a constantly evolving gameplay experience. However, there's still a lot we don't know about the game, and some skepticism surrounds its ambitious promises. The gameplay trailers look great, but we'll have to wait and see if the final product lives up to the hype. If you're into survival MMOs and the post-apocalyptic genre, The Day Before is definitely one to watch. It has the potential to be something special if it delivers on its promises.
Gotta move before he gets here.
Hey, need a hand?
Marvel's Spider-Man 2 brings back our favorite web-slinger in another action-packed adventure. Building on its predecessor's success, the game offers improved mechanics, a larger open world, and a more complex story. Swinging through New York City as Spider-Man remains one of the most exhilarating experiences in gaming. The combat is fluid and dynamic, with new abilities and gadgets that add depth and variety. The game introduces new villains and a darker, more intricate storyline that keeps you engaged from start to finish. However, the story can be hit or miss. Some parts feel rushed, and not all character arcs are satisfying. The game also suffers from occasional technical issues, such as frame rate drops and glitches, which can be distracting. Overall, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is a fantastic follow-up for fans of the first game. If you love superhero action and the thrill of swinging through a beautifully realized New York, you'll have a blast with this one. I Am Alive is a survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world where you navigate a ruined city searching for your family. The game excels in creating a bleak, tense atmosphere with scarce resources and constant threats. You'll need to make tough decisions about who to help and who to leave behind, adding moral complexity to the gameplay. The climbing and exploration mechanics are solid, making every journey through the city tense and precarious. The game's dark, gritty visuals enhance the sense of desperation and survival. On the downside, the combat feels clunky and the graphics are somewhat dated. The story, while intriguing, doesn't always hit the emotional highs it aims for, and some parts of the game feel underdeveloped. If you're into survival games with a strong focus on atmosphere and decision-making, I Am Alive is worth checking out. It offers a gritty and challenging experience that stands out in the genre, despite its rough edges. Bright Memory Infinite is an ambitious mix of first-person shooting and hack-and-slash gameplay set in a futuristic world. The game's combat is fast and fluid, combining shooting with melee attacks and special abilities in a seamless, thrilling way. Visually, the game is stunning, especially considering it was mostly developed by a single person. The action sequences are intense and keep you on your toes, making for an exhilarating experience. The game features impressive graphics and dynamic environments that enhance overall immersion. However, the game is quite short, and the story feels shallow and rushed. The pacing can be uneven, and some sections lack the polish found in other parts of the game. If you're looking for a visually impressive, action-packed game, Bright Memory Infinite is worth a try. Just be prepared for a brief experience that leaves you wanting more.
You there, pal?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is a thrilling adventure that blends uncharted action with Star Wars lore. You play as Cal Kestis, a young Jedi on the run from the Empire, exploring various planets and uncovering Force secrets. The game's exploration and platforming are top-notch, with beautifully designed levels that encourage you to look for hidden secrets. Combat is challenging and satisfying, requiring mastery of lightsaber techniques and Force powers. The story is engaging, with memorable characters and epic moments that make you feel like you're in a Star Wars movie. On the downside, the game has some technical issues, like bugs and frame rate drops. Combat can also feel repetitive, and some might find the difficulty spikes frustrating. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is a must-play for fans of the franchise. It's a well-crafted adventure that captures the essence of Star Wars while offering a fun and challenging gameplay experience. Stray is a unique adventure game where you play as a stray cat navigating a futuristic city populated by robots. The game's atmosphere is its strongest point, with beautifully crafted environments and a melancholic, immersive soundtrack. As a cat, you'll explore the city, solve puzzles, and interact with its robotic inhabitants. The gameplay is innovative and engaging, offering a fresh perspective on exploration and adventure. The story is touching, with emotional moments that resonate deeply. However, the game can be a bit short, and some might find the puzzles too easy. The controls can also be finicky at times, which can be frustrating during more precise platforming sections. If you're looking for a unique and emotional adventure, Stray is a game you shouldn't miss. It offers a beautiful and touching journey that's unlike anything else. Ori and the Blind Forest is a visually stunning and emotionally gripping platformer. You play as Ori, a small guardian spirit, on a quest to save the Forest of Nibel. The game's hand-drawn visuals and beautiful soundtrack create an enchanting atmosphere that draws you in from the start. The platforming mechanics are precise and challenging, requiring skill and timing to navigate through the forest's many hazards. The story is heartfelt and touching, with moments that will tug at your heartstrings. Exploration is rewarding, with hidden secrets and upgrades encouraging thorough exploration of every area. However, the game can be quite difficult, which might be a turn-off for some players. The save system can also be frustrating at times, as it relies on limited resources. If you love platformers with beautiful art and a touching story, Ori and the Blind Forest is a must-play. It's a challenging and rewarding experience that's sure to leave a lasting impression. Alan Wake 2 dives deeper into the psychological horror that made the first game a cult classic. You play as Alan Wake, navigating a dark and twisted world filled with new horrors. The game excels in atmosphere, with dark, creepy environments and tense storytelling. The combat is improved, with new mechanics and more variety. The story continues to be engaging and mysterious, with plenty of twists and turns. However, some might find the pacing slow, and the game can be quite challenging. There are also some technical issues, like occasional bugs and frame rate drops. If you're a fan of the original Alan Wake and enjoy psychological horror, Alan Wake 2 is definitely worth playing. It's a gripping and atmospheric experience. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora takes you to the lush, alien world of Pandora. You explore, fight, and survive in this beautifully crafted environment. The game's visuals are stunning, with detailed environments and vibrant colors. The open world is vast and full of things to do, from battling creatures to exploring hidden areas. The story ties in well with the Avatar universe, adding depth to the lore. However, some might find the gameplay repetitive, and the combat can feel a bit shallow. There are also some technical issues, like bugs and frame rate drops. If you're a fan of the Avatar movies and love open-world games, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is worth checking out. Just be ready for some repetitive gameplay. A Plague Tale: Requiem is a gripping story-driven game set during the Black Plague. You follow Amisha and her brother Hugo as they try to survive in a world overrun by rats and the Inquisition. The game's atmosphere is incredibly immersive, with detailed environments and a haunting soundtrack. The story is emotional and well told, with strong character development. The gameplay combines stealth, puzzle solving, and action, keeping things varied and engaging. However, the game can be quite linear, and some might find the stealth sections repetitive. There are also occasional technical issues, like bugs and frame rate drops. If you love story-driven games with strong characters and atmospheric settings, A Plague Tale: Requiem is a must-play. It's a powerful and emotional journey. Journey is an extraordinary minimalist game that focuses on the emotional and visual experience rather than complex gameplay mechanics. You play as a robed figure traveling across a vast desert towards a distant mountain. The game's art style is breathtaking, with stunning visuals that create a serene yet awe-inspiring atmosphere. The gameplay is simple but deeply engaging, involving exploration, puzzle solving, and light platforming. One of the most unique aspects is the multiplayer feature, where you can encounter other players and travel together without any form of direct communication. This fosters a sense of connection and shared experience. However, Journey is quite short, and some players might find the lack of traditional gameplay elements limiting. The story is abstract and open to interpretation, which might not appeal to everyone. If you're looking for a unique, emotionally resonant experience, Journey is a must-play. It's a beautiful, meditative game that stays with you long after you finish it. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is a first-person mystery game that places heavy emphasis on exploration and storytelling. You play as Paul Prospero, a detective with supernatural abilities, investigating the disappearance of a young boy named Ethan Carter. The game's setting, a beautiful but eerie rural area, is richly detailed and atmospheric. The story is intriguing, filled with twists and supernatural elements that keep you guessing. The game's puzzles are integrated into the environment, requiring observation and critical thinking. The narrative is compelling, with strong writing and voice acting that draw you into the mystery. The lack of hand-holding means you might sometimes feel lost, which can be frustrating. If you enjoy narrative-driven games with a focus on exploration and atmosphere, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is an excellent choice. It's a haunting and memorable experience. Assassin's Creed Mirage is a return to the franchise's roots, focusing on stealth and parkour in a historical setting. Set in 9th century Baghdad, you play as Basim, a cunning assassin navigating the city's vibrant and dangerous streets. The game emphasizes the classic elements that made the series popular, like blending in with crowds and performing precise assassinations. The setting is meticulously crafted, with detailed architecture and bustling markets that bring the city to life. The parkour system is smooth, allowing for fluid movement across rooftops and through narrow alleys. The game's focus on stealth over open combat provides a refreshing change, requiring careful planning and execution of your missions. On the downside, some players might find the gameplay mechanics too similar to earlier entries, lacking the innovation seen in recent titles. The story, while engaging, can feel predictable at times, and the game suffers from occasional technical issues like bugs and frame rate drops. If you're a fan of the classic Assassin's Creed formula, Mirage offers a nostalgic yet fresh experience that emphasizes stealth, exploration, and historical immersion. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is a wild ride from Rocksteady Studios, known for their work on the Batman Arkham series. You control members of the Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark, tasked with taking down brainwashed members of the Justice League in a chaotic open-world metropolis. The game excels in delivering high-octane action, with each character having unique abilities and combat styles, making gameplay varied and exciting. The writing is sharp, filled with dark humor and witty banter that captures the essence of the characters. The open world of Metropolis is vibrant and full of life, offering numerous side activities and missions. However, the game has its flaws. The narrative can be disjointed, with some story arcs feeling rushed or incomplete. The tone of the game sometimes clashes with the serious nature of the storyline, leading to moments of tonal inconsistency. Additionally, the reliance on cooperative multiplayer might not appeal to players who prefer solo experiences. Despite its shortcomings, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is a fun and chaotic adventure that fans of the DC Universe and action-packed games will enjoy. Skull and Bones is Ubisoft's long-anticipated pirate adventure, aiming to deliver an immersive naval combat experience. Set during the golden age of piracy, you command your ship, engage in naval battles, and explore a dynamic, open-world ocean. The game's standout feature is its naval combat system, which is deep and satisfying. You can customize your ship, manage your crew, and engage in intense sea battles. The visuals are impressive, with detailed ship models and stunning ocean effects that create an immersive pirate experience. However, Skull and Bones has faced mixed reviews. The game can feel repetitive, with many missions revolving around similar objectives. The single-player experience is somewhat lacking, as the game heavily emphasizes multiplayer interactions. Additionally, the development process has been turbulent, leading to concerns about the game's polish and overall quality. If you're a fan of naval combat and pirate adventures, Skull and Bones offers an exciting, if somewhat flawed, experience. It's a game that shines in its naval battles, but might leave you wanting more in terms of variety and single-player content.